So now we welcome our experts on ethics in AI, which is Professor Dr. Bert Heinrichs. He's a group leader for neuroethics and ethics in AI from the Research Center Jülich, and he will talk today about bright minds, responsible people, and same procedure as the last talk. Please put your questions in the chat during the talk. Mr. Heinrichs, the stage is all yours.
Yeah, thank you. Hello, everyone. A warm welcome, my side, to each and everyone who's joining today, this Career Day for Data Science and IT, organized by the Helmholtz Association. It's great to have you here. Before I begin, let me once again make clear that although the focus of this event is on data science, I'm not a data scientist. I lead, as you just heard, a working group at Forschungszentrum Jülich, where our primary focus is on the ethical dimension of AI. And today I'm going to share some insights on this crucial aspect with you. And so if you were anticipating a delve into technical details, I apologize for disappointment. However, I hope that I will present some interesting ideas and shed light on why the institutes of the Helmholtz Association and in particular the Forschungszentrum Jülich offer a unique and enriching environment for research and work with aspects you might have not considered yet. Okay, so let's start. You've probably come across the claim that being a data scientist is the sexiest job of the 21st century. This proclamation, as you may know, originates from a 2012 article in the Harvard Business Review. If you haven't had a chance to read it, here's the link on the slide. And in this article, the two authors, and D.G. Patel, cited a number of reasons for their claim why it's the sexiest job of the 21st century, and including the allure of attractive pay. Well, that's a good reason, of course. What struck me as a more intriguing emphasis on the desire to be on the bridge. You see it highlighted here in the middle of the slide. So this reference obviously draws from the science fiction series Star Trek, where Captain Kirk, or later, and later Jean-Luc Picard and his crew stand on the bridge, right, and shape the future of spaceship Enterprise. And of course, this symbolizes an impact on society at large. And the idea of being at the epicenter of impactful decisions, I think, is a compelling reason for the attractiveness of data science as a profession. Well, much has happened in the decades since Davenport and Patel wrote their article. Data science remains a relatively young field, but it's evolved beyond this initial miss or initial kind of special area. Today, data science can be found in diverse settings, ranging from large companies and small businesses to governmental agencies, and of course to science, and in particular to the centers of the Helmholtz Association. I'm sure you have heard this today before, but very quickly, Helmholtz stands for the largest non-university research organization in Germany, and it does groundbreaking, cutting-edge research in various fields, including energy and earth and environment, and you've heard this before, and also health. And there are 19 centers across the country, which have all a special focus. And actually, when I prepared the talk, I was a bit amazed. It's 43,000 employees, quite a number. I didn't know that before, actually. Well, and yeah, the mission statement, as you see here, is research for grand challenges. And these challenges include, for example, sustainable energy supply, protecting the environment, making progress in healthcare, and unsurprisingly, in all these fields, data science play a crucial role. as modern research generates huge amounts of data, state-of-the-art methods are essential for analyzing all this data. So we cannot do in none of these fields, actually, we cannot do without data sciences anymore. So Forschungszentrum Jülich, where I've been working now since 2015, is quite active in various research areas. And with the upcoming establishment of the first exascale computer in Europe, we're pretty well equipped to tackle some of these challenges. So that's quite an interesting place. Among these challenges, I just refer to is health, or that's one of the big sectors, and neurological diseases such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's are certainly among the big challenges in the fields of healthcare. They're really pressing problems for society each and everywhere in the world. And again, here data analysis and artificial intelligence methods are indispensable. We need these expertise to solve these problems. However, the role of data science is not just about technical solutions, and this is the important message I want to make today, or I want to give today. It's about something much more profound. So, of course, we are talking about technical solutions, but that's not everything. While we seek technical solutions for the challenges associated with neuropathologies, our emphasis extends beyond just mere algorithms and efficacy. We seek solutions for humans, and this human-centric approach, I think, is pivotal in our projects. We aren't merely looking for bright minds, as my title says, the title of my talk. We are looking for responsible people. And to stand on the bridge, to cite this picture again, and make important decisions, we believe in interdisciplinary collaboration where diverse fields converge to find innovative solutions accessible to everyone. So again, it's not enough to ask if an algorithm works or if an analytical method is efficient. We must also delve into questions like these here on the slide. What ethical values should be considered? Who is affected by technology? Are there hidden costs? What are alternatives? What implementation challenges may arise? All these questions go along with developing technologies. And of course, these questions are complex, often lacking simple answers, and they necessitate collaboration across different disciplines. The ethicists in my working group bring their expertise, but it's collaborative effort with data scientists open to such questions that yield comprehensive answers. So we can only bring from our ethical expertise part of the solution of this picture, and what we need are data scientists who are open to work with us together. And this is what we are hoping for. And allow me to illustrate this with a concrete example, the FRAME project, coordinated at Forschungszentrum Jülich and funded by the Federal Ministry of Education and Research. Well, in this project, we explore how AI-based diagnostic procedures are transforming neuromedicine. Developing and training algorithms to analyze MRI images is, of course, a crucial aspect, promising significant improvements in diagnosis, for example, for early stages of Alzheimer's or many other things, right? But developing these algorithms is only part of the equation. We must consider the circumstances under which patients and doctors would trust such technologies, the concerns of doctors about potential displacement, the optimal interaction between doctors and AI, and novel issues of responsibility and liability. These are the multifaceted challenges that demand not just technical excellence, but holistic approach. So it's not enough just to come up with a bright algorithm. We need something more, and for this more, we need diverse research groups. In this project here, in the FRAME project I'm just referring to, we use different survey methods to find out which factors are important for patients and doctors to accept AI-based diagnostic tools in clinical practice. So we need to know what people are looking for before we implement it in clinical practice. At the same time, that's not all we do. At the same time, we also look at ethical regulations that already exist. We look at legal provisions, and we try to find out whether they are suitable for new developments or we have to revise them. And of course, it might be that we also have to revise them in the light of what people are expecting to trust in an AI-based diagnostic tool, for example. So it doesn't help if there is a fancy machine in a hospital, but nobody wants to use it, right? So we need to have a broader view on all this. Of course, the goal is to create accurate and effective approaches while respecting the autonomy of patients and doctors, attributing responsibility in cases of error, preventing discrimination against minorities, all these issues. And only when these aspects are considered collectively does the true magnitude of the challenge become apparent. In essence, the question is really, how do we ensure AI is beneficial for humans? Again, it's not enough to say it's an accurate algorithm or it's a good tool. We need AI for humans. And how do we do this as well? Answering this question requires individuals who think innovatively, work across disciplines, and are willing to take on responsibility. Well, again, basically individuals who want to be on the bridge, right? Okay, last year, Thomas Davenport and Deji Patel revisited their claim in a follow-up article in the Harvard Business Review here, questioning whether data scientists remains the sexiest job of the 21st century. And in this follow-up article from last year, they noted a significant shift in the field, acknowledging the pressing need for an ethical dimension. Issues of algorithmic bias, transparency, and responsible use of analytics and AI have come to the forefront. And well, these are exactly those problems I've highlighted before, and those are problems that we are also addressing in one of our projects. And the authors in this follow-up article, they emphasize that the role of data science will only continue to grow in importance as the prevalence of data analytics and AI in science, business, and society shows no sign of decline. So it's actually still growing. However, they stress the responsibility that data scientists bear, ensuring appropriate data collection, responsible analysis, successful model deployment, and of course also positive business outcomes. Being a data scientist, so to say, remains an attractive job, particularly as the demand for ethical considerations in the field rise. As these ethical demands rise, we need data science who are open to having this broader view on the solutions we need. It requires professionals who not only focus on algorithmic innovation, but also shoulder the responsibility of preventing misuse. Well, this is where the Institutes of the Helmholtz Association, I think, provide a unique and stimulating environment for data scientists. It's an environment that fosters interdisciplinary collaboration, enabling you to develop comprehensive solutions for humans. So, in a way, being on the bridge. In the realm of the centers of the Helmholtz Association, data science, I think, find themselves at the nexus of cutting-edge research on the one side, but also having in mind societal impact. The unique structure of the association, with its emphasis on interdisciplinary collaboration, as we also heard in the talk before, allows you to engage with experts from various fields, whether it's addressing energy challenges, environmental sustainability, or healthcare advancements. Our centers provide a fertile ground for meaningful contributions. Again, one striking aspect of this approach is the acknowledgement that technical solutions alone are insufficient. While developing state-of-the-art algorithms is crucial, it's equally important to consider the broader implications of these technological advancements. Questions regarding societal impact, ethical considerations, accessibility, and all these things take center stage. At least it should be the case. Forschungszentrum Jülich and all the other centers of the Helmholtz Association actively seek individuals who not only excel in their technical domain, but also bring a sense of responsibility and ethical awareness to the work. This is a call for data science who understand that their role extends beyond code and algorithms. It involves shaping the future in a way that benefits society as a whole. We provide an ecosystem where collaboration is not just encouraged, it's ingrained in some sense in the mission statement. The challenges posed by complex issues such as neurological diseases I was just referring to a minute ago require a multidisciplinary approach. Here, data science collaborate with medical professionals, psychologists, lawyers, and other experts, and of course also ethicists, to develop solutions that are not only technically robust, but are also socially and ethically sound. To consider again the FRAME project, to give you again this concrete example, it's a testament to this collaborative spirit. This project, exploring the transformative impact of AI-based diagnostic procedures in neuroscience, brings together minds from several institutions. You see them here on the slide, and from a diverse background. We have clinical neuroscientists, we have psychologists, we have ethicists, we have lawyers, and of course, we have also data scientists. And from the development of algorithms analyzing MRI images to a nuanced exploration of patient and doctor perspectives, every aspect is carefully examined. And this is really what I want to highlight, is this approach that takes several different aspects into view and tries to explore and to examine them collaboratively. So in these collaborative settings, data science are not merely algorithm developers. They are integral contributors to discussions about trust in technology, the evolving role of medical professions in the age of AI, and the ethical considerations surrounding responsibility and liability. The aim is not just to advance the technological frontier, but to ensure that these advances align with human values and societal needs. So, in a way, the FRAME project represents a convergence of technological innovation and human-centric values. Together, hopefully, we find ourselves at the forefront of shaping the future of healthcare. The challenges we are facing necessitate a holistic approach, one that needs to include, among other things, certainly data scientists. So we need these different kinds of expertises. We alone as ethicists, we cannot say whether an algorithm is ethically sound, and neither can a data scientist, but together we can, hopefully at least. So, in essence, the Helmholtz Association offers, I think, a compelling offer for data scientists, the opportunity to be at the forefront of transformative research, the chance to collaborate with diverse experts, and the responsibility to contribute to solutions that go beyond just mere technical excellence. It's an invitation to be not just on the cutting edge of technology, but, I say it again, to be on the bridge, making decisions that impact the trajectories of society. As we navigate the evolving landscape of data science, it's essential to recognize that the field is not static, it's dynamic, where ethical considerations and social impacts play an increasingly significant role. This is just what Davenport and Patel in their follow-up article have emphasized. This is becoming more and more important. They underscored exactly this point. And I think data scientists within the Helmholtz Association are not mere spectators to this evolution. They're active participants. So this is one of the fields where this can actually happen, where the active engagement with ethical consideration is not a constraint, but an enhancement, elevating the role of data scientists from technologists to a kind of ethical stewards or something like this. So it's an environment where this interdisciplinary teams play really an important role. So looking ahead, the demand for data science who embody both technical prowess and ethical responsibility will grow. Davenport Petal rightly emphasized the role of data scientists will continue to be of paramount importance in various fields. The proliferation of data analytics and AI ensures that the expertise of data scientists will be integral to navigating the complexities of the modern world. Okay, so I come to an end now. Once again, joining the bridge. In conclusion, being a data scientist within the Helmholtz Association is not just a job. Of course, it's also a job, but it's an invitation to be part of a joint endeavor. It's an opportunity to contribute to transformative research, engage with interdisciplinary teams, and shape solutions that have a lasting impact on society. It's a call, in a sense, to be on the bridge, making decisions that steer us towards a future where data science is not just sexy, but which is synonymous with responsibility and positive social change. And I think this is exactly what we need. And with this, I thank you very much for your attention. And I now invite questions and thoughts from your side. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Professor Bert Heinrichs, also from our side. As we can see, a highly important topic and a lot of opportunities at the Helmholtz Association as well. I just want to mention that later on, also in our expo area, the Forschungszentrum Jülich, the Jülich Research Center is also present. So if you want to know more and about specific jobs there, just go to the expo area later on. And yes, we have a couple of questions to you, Bert. For example, from Mer Varanyan. Here she is saying, thanks for the presentation, Professor Dr. Heinrichs. Where does data protection, privacy fit in the ethical dimension of the field, especially in the case of medical field? Especially if patients are worried about how their medical data will be used, but at the same time, that exact data can be beneficial to help others.
Yeah, great question. Thanks a lot. This is a really hot topic at present. It's controversially debated, and you're exactly right in these two aspects. On the one side, many patients are worried that their data is not safe and they do not want to share it. On the other side, of course, research needs data to do research, and we're in the middle of a process to find new balances here. And how can we convince people to allow their data to being used for research purposes, and on the other side, make absolutely sure that it's not being misused? And again, this is a very nice example for a problem that is highly urgent, and I'm deeply convinced we can only solve it with different expertises. So we need lawyers, we need ethicists, and of course we need experts from the data field who have ideas how we can ensure privacy and data protection. And there are a couple of initiatives, of course, ongoing. It's not entirely new, but there are really it's moving ahead. And as you know, especially in Germany, people are super worried about data protection, much more than in other countries. And this sometimes is a problem for research, and we need to convince people to share their data for research, and especially medical data. But we can only convince them if we have good answers to their worries. So yes, I'm not exactly sure whether I answered the question, but I only can emphasize it's a problem. It's one of these problems that we need to tackle together.
Thank you, Bert. We have another question, and this is: ethical use of AI is facilitated by having... Oh, sorry. There was another question raised and the field popped away. So ethical use of AI is facilitated by having a diverse research team. What is your stance on providing for any special needs that arise from such a diversity, for example, working remotely or any other thing?
Yeah, one of the really big problems, ethical problems with these AI tools that we have today is that they're very often biased. Or I don't want to say very often, but at least bias is a problem. And part of the answer why it is biased is, of course, the data it's being trained on. But that's not the whole thing. Also, a bias in the team of developers. We know this now this is very clear that this is also a driving force for biases, and we need to find better solutions to be more diverse. And I think, at least from my team, I mean, again, I'm not a data science, and the scientists and the people in my team are not data scientists themselves. But the changing environment, the changing mode of doing work is helping a lot. It's much easier today to have people not living at the place where the center is. It's much easier to combine, at least I would say, I hope it is much easier to combine work and family with remote solutions. And at least from my team, I can honestly say we do everything to make almost everything possible. So we really want good people to come and try to find flexible solutions. And I think, this is one important step to overcome biases, because in the past, it was the role models were very clear, very simple, and it was a 9-to-5 workday, and almost the majority were men going to work, and this is all outdated, and we won't have more diverse research teams if we continue to do this, and we really don't.
Thank you. Indeed, very interesting. So I think we have time for maybe another more questions. And one is from Senia. And the question is, how can I increase my knowledge or understanding of ethics in data science? I think a very good, general question who all data scientists are probably faced with.
I wish I would have the speaker before this one tip I can give you for a brilliant YouTube lecture. Unfortunately, I don't, but there is plenty of good stuff on YouTube. So if you browse, there are many lectures and talks available, and you have maybe just play around a bit and look what you find interesting. Of course, there are still books, printed books, online books. AI ethics is a very emerging field, so there are many books available. So I don't have the one title that I can present and say, read this and you know everything. It's also a bit a matter of preferences and tastes and taste. I just try to browse a bit around. There are many resources out there, both written and also videos that can provide a first step into this field of AI ethics.
Okay, thank you for the recommendations. And furthermore, we have the question, please explain more about the ethical data science in environmental fields like sustainability, climate change, and energy transition.
Yeah, I have to say that's not exactly my expertise. In my research group is located in a neuroscience center, so we are specialized in this medical AI field. But I have a number of colleagues who focus on sustainability questions. So one interesting question that is gaining prominence over the past month is what is the cost-benefit ratio of all these AI tools? Do they really help to solve environmental problems, or do they actually increase the problems by way of energy consumption, by way of consumption of rare earth and other minerals and so. And in this field, AI ethics is starting to dig deeper and look what really are feasible solutions and where is it more a technical promise, let's say, that in fact increases problems. And this is a tricky question we are only starting to investigate. But again, I have to say I'm not really an expert on this, but it's at least part of the larger picture of AI ethics.
Great, thank you. So we have 1 more minute left, and I think for one more question. And the question is, what kind of backgrounds do most people who work in AI ethics have? What would you think?
I can at least say what is my background. I'm a traditional philosopher, so I studied philosophy, and I did my PhD already in applied ethics at that time on medical ethics. It was about medical research involving humans. So the question was, under which conditions is medical research involving humans ethically legitimate and stuff like this. And then from there on, I moved to neuroethics. But actually, from my PhD on, I always worked in the field of applied ethics. And most of the members of my working group have a background in philosophy. But we have also psychologists, for example, as I mentioned in the FRAME project, we're doing empirical surveys. So we want to know what people, patients, doctors think about AI. And for this, philosophers are traditionally not well trained. So here we have psychologists or doing these surveys, and it's really interesting to have this exchange between the empirical investigation and our thinking about the ethical questions. There are some people coming from, not in my team, but in other institutes, coming from the technical side, and then later on focusing on ethical questions. So either they're physicians, and then they start to do medical ethics, or they are data scientists, for example, and then they focus on ethical questions. So there are diverse pathways into the field. So you don't necessarily have to start with philosophy. But it's, it just depends.
Thank you very much for these interesting insights. And with that, we would like to head over to our next speaker. So thank you for your time.